Yo.
What is up, sucker mother lovers? I went to go see Sparkle. How about you? Us. How y'all doing, sucker mother lovers? OMG. So a couple of you guys are on my Instagram and on my Facebook, and y'all saw that I was just playing thumb wars by myself. Actually, my left hand won. I'm not really sure how that happened, but it won. So people were like, you need to do a video, Trinity, do a video. And I was like, I don't want to do a video. But you're right, I should do a video. So I laid around and then I didn't do the video. But then one of my friends was like, you know what, you want to come to the movies? I'm going to see Sparkle. And I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted to see the movie, but I was going to wait for it to come out on DVD, not bootleg, the real DVD, because I'm not really a musical person. Like, every time I go to musicals, I'm like, I love it, but I'm not really a person that's like, oh my God, it's going to be a musical. And that was what I assumed the movie was going to be. And because, let me tell you something, y'all know I love Beyonce. Anybody that's watching this video, and y'all know me, or you watch more than one video, you know I love Beyonce. And I thought it was going to be like Dreamgirls, and I love Dreamgirls, but I didn't like Dreamgirls because I don't like the fact when people talk, I need to tell you something. Why you gotta sing what you gotta tell me? Can you just tell me? It'll go by so much faster. So it kind of annoys me. Like somebody, like even Tyler Perry plays, like it annoys me because I love to hear people sing, but not every other word. I'm sorry. I'm probably by myself, and that's fine. But it's just how I feel. So anyway, let me get into this movie. First of all, when I went into the movie, I was already mentally prepared for it to be some type of dramatic, you know, musical with, you know, talking about Jesus or whatever. But I must say that I love this movie. I felt that the plot of it was great. I felt the cast was amazing. They had some really good key people in there, but I like the fact that they didn't make this a starstruck movie to where you kind of missed the message because you were so like excited to see that it was blah blah in the movie, blah blah. I was so happy that they took a good, you know, movie, a good idea, and brought in some, you know, new people. You know, like we haven't seen Jordan Sparks on camera. At least I can't remember seeing her on camera other than, you know, singing. So it was good. Maybe she did do another movie and I'm forgetting, but whatever the case, it was good to see her on there. Oh my God, she has lost so much weight and she looks good. I'm so happy she did it the right way and then just get it all sucked out of her body and then now she's drooping. I appreciate that. Okay, so let me just go ahead and give my disclaimer too. I may kind of slip up and say some stuff, so if you haven't watched the movie yet, I don't really suggest that you watch this video because I may say some stuff and spill some tea and you mad at me like, Trinity, you gave away the movie. I apologize in advance. So with that being said, in that order, the movie, I really liked it, you know, because it was just different. So one of the people that, well, actually one of the main characters was Carmen Ejogo. If it's anything like jojoba oil, it is Ejogo. I don't know, but I had never seen her on the screen. I don't even know her. This was my first time seeing her. My apologies if, you know, she has been doing other things, but I really liked her. But it was so many times that I would look at her and I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks like Beyonce to me. It was just certain angles and her stage presence. Either, you know, she just has it natural or she really played the shiznit out of her role. Like, it really just made me be like, oh my gosh, like, because I really felt like I was not watching the movie, like this was serious. And Tiki Sumter, she actually was on the game, and I used to always say when she was on the game, I love her. Her skin is flawless, beautiful woman. And it was so funny because I picked her to be a sassy character, and that was kind of the character that she was playing. She was kind of like the no holds barred sister, like I wish a mother sucker would type sister, and I liked that role for her. Jordan Sparks, she pretty much kind of, it was a couple of points in the movie that I really was feeling like it was kind of Disney. Like, oh no, don't do this. No, please. And that bothers me. You know, I'm back. I thought it was an earthquake. That bothers me with certain roles. Like, I don't like when people are like, oh no, honey, I shrunk the kid. Like, it bothers me. And so it was a couple of points in Jordan's performance that I kind of felt like she kind of overdid it. But then I guess she was trying to overcompensate for her character being such the innocent one, I guess. It was so funny to see cee-lo at the beginning because I see him with these finger waves. And Mike Epps, OMG. First of all, the parts that he was supposed to be serious, I just kept seeing him say, why you ain't doing nothing with bitch? Like, that's all I could see him as being the next Friday. But I appreciated seeing him in a different light because at one point I didn't like him. And so I was like, that means you were playing your role right. If you were getting off what you were supposed to be getting off, I ain't like you. And so, yeah, it was just really good. And I like the movie because it showed me, you know, it showed the audience somebody fighting for something that they truly believe in. You know, like for me, for my personal situation, I had that I want to entertain bug for years before I moved to Los Angeles, and it was something that I kept closing my ears, but it became to be a piercing sound in my ear, like go, go, go. And I've never looked back, and I'm happy I did. And I feel like in this movie, you know, for Sparkle, she was kind of going through that where, you know, she wanted to live her life the way she felt her mom wanted to. And I know so many people like that, that they're, well, no, because my mom, she wouldn't approve of my father and this and that. Well, guess what? It's a lot of things that they probably did in their lives that you probably wouldn't approve of. So, you know, it's not that I'm saying to disrespect your parents. Please don't do that. But you have to get to that point to where you grow your own wings, fly away, and be your own person. You know, and with that being said, I appreciated her standing up to her mother and saying, look, this is something that's in me. I'm going to fight for it until somebody tells me no. And even when they tell me no, I'm going to keep doing it until they say yes. And so it was just really, really good to see that happen on camera. And it really gave me the energy to keep going too, because just watching it, it's like, I mean, in the movie, I mean, Jordan sat there and I mean, she waited and waited and waited and waited to get a 2-minute meeting, you know, with this record producer at Columbia, and he's like, go, what do you have? What's so different about you? And that's the thing. I feel like when somebody asks you that question, that should be a question that at any point you can say, boom, I know this, you know, period, point blank, to where you can tell people, this is my story, you know, and nobody else has this story. I don't care what they say, they don't. I live it, it's my life. And that was good. And of course, one of the biggest things ever was, you know, seeing Whitney Houston. I know a lot of people that went to see this movie just because they knew that it was Whitney Houston's, you know, last movie. Now, I will say this about Whitney Houston. When I saw her in Waiting to Exhale, I was not impressed. But you got to remember something. I'm a technical person. I'm always looking behind the scenes and looking at stuff and looking at reactions and all of that. So I catch a lot of things that people don't. And I just was not impressed with the Waiting to Exhale. But I will say this, and let me just say this disclaimer. A lot of people were saying, well, a lot of people saying she did phenomenal because she's you know, no longer with us. Let me say that right now, that is not going to be my personal opinion on, I mean, that is not going to be why I'm saying what I say. I really feel like this was Whitney Houston's role. I feel like she played this role so naturally that it was just phenomenal to me. Just to see her reactions, how to me, it was at points that I felt like she was talking to Bobby Christina, and it just made it real to me. You know, her reactions to where she was like, what, you know, to me, she played a mother because she is a mother. And so to see her, you know, playing this role, and of course, you know, she had her funny moments, and it was just really, really good to see her, you know, on camera and see her in that light, because, you know, so often we've seen Whitney Houston in a darker light, you know, in a not so nice light. And, you know, especially leading up to her last days on this earth. And, one thing I think that got a lot of people is when she had her solo and she was singing in church. She got to the point in the song where she said, I'm free. And I felt like she was really talking, like almost from her path, like from where she is now, saying like, I swear, like I can start crying there because my eyes are like really welled up in the movie. But it was like she was saying, like, don't worry, like I'm good, I'm free. Like I have no more hurt, no more pain, no more scrutiny, like I'm good. And it was crazy because even when she went to jail, Whitney Houston went to visit her daughter's sister. That didn't sound right. The daughter's name is Sister. So she went to visit her in jail. And so as they're talking, I just, again, felt like this scene was Whitney Houston talking to someone else. And she says, I'm tired. And she said, you look tired. She said, I'm tired. And I felt like that was Whitney telling, like, us, like, I'm tired, like I'm ready to go. And I know she had a tragic death, but I feel like Whitney Houston, she was just tired. But she, her family, her friends, you know, people that loved her, even people that didn't, I feel like they could really, you know, be proud of her in this role. And even if they're not, guess what, I'm proud of her. So yeah, it was definitely a touchy situation for the audience, you know, just, you know, seeing everybody's reaction. I mean, it was so sniffly in there, whatever. But in the end, in conclusion, you know, to this review, I will say this. I feel like this movie, if you have ever questioned yourself on what you should be doing in your life, This is a movie I feel that you should go see because Jordan shows you the true fight, what it means to believe in something, go after something, execute something, and live it. You know? And yeah, it touched me. So with that being said, Sucker Mother Lovers, I say yeah, go see it. This is not something that you want to go see on bootleg. I like it. You know, I like the singing. You know, it was a good movie. There was one part in the movie that really got to me, and that was when sister, which is the oldest sister, was talking to this guy Levi, and Levi did not have any money. He wasn't this big baller or whatever, but one thing he did have was true love for her. But she saw the lavish life of what Mike Epps' character could bring to her. I think his name was Sly, or so, I can't remember. But whatever the case, it just showed that making the wrong choices for the wrong reasons, you do end up paying for those. So it was definitely a huge message in her going into the life of, you know, drugs and, you know, drama, as opposed to being with a man that it eventually became successful. So sometimes be patient with your life and know that the good is coming. Anyway, Sucker Mother Lovers, this video is long enough. If you guys go watch it or you saw it, please post your comments below. Let me know how you felt about the movie. So as always, I'm out.